Turks came in for the Fetho commentary, apparently. Oh, yeah, Fethullah Gülen is dead. But motherfucker was 83. The CIA is very sad today, okay? The CIA, very sad today. They lost one of their best assets. Yeah. Call your local Fethullah Gülen supporters chat. NS Contact Freedom, he's probably crying. He's probably really, really fucking sad. You know? RIP Bozo. Pack watch. Fuck Fethullah Gülen. My Turkish trainers from a Gülenist family. There's a lot. There's like hella fucking Gülenists out here. It's weird, bro. It is. There's like, I mean, I guess it's not that weird because, like I said, he is straight up, you know, an American State Department asset. So it does make sense. But cezasız götü rahat öldü. Üzücü kısmı Amerika sağ olsun. Aynen öyle. Aynen. 83 yaşında öldü abi herif. Kendi kendine. Hiçbir bokta olmadı herife. Amına koyayım. Hani nerede? Karma nerede? Karma. Nerede? Yok. Here it is. Why did you dislike the guy? Fethullah Gülen? Fethullah Gülen is a fucking weird ass like Muslim cleric that is that straight up set up like a parallel government in Turkey, cut from originally the same cloth of Recep Tayyip Erdogan. He's a Islamist fundamentalist, and also he is the Falun Gong of Turkey, if that makes sense for all the fucking Western audiences that want to understand. Like he originally was like cut from the same fucking group and institutional background of like Recep Tayyip Erdogan and like the Muslim right in Turkey. But then they obviously they had differences in agreement, and I think that difference in agreement was born out of like probably American State Department interests in general. But those guys were all like the Turkish like Muslim right, conservative right movement was also directly funded and facilitated by America, alongside the ultra nationalist movement in Turkey, the JJJ, the fucking MHP. MHP, the ultra nationalist party in Turkey. These were all like CIA backed movements in the nation during the Cold War, and one of them was obviously like the Muslim angle, and Fethullah Gülen was like originally aligned with Recep Tayyip Erdogan. He had his fucking tentacles in every part of Turkish society, from the police to the courts to the fucking military even. It's crazy. And then there was a failed coup that happened, and they did not succeed. Erdogan used the coup to his advantage to change the constitution of the nation as like a one that was no longer a parliamentary system, but instead a presidential structure. There were a lot of these fucking dudes. Like, the thing is, Büyük Fethullah Gülen'e nasıl hakaret ederseniz ne büyüklük yaptın sen çocuksuz serseri. It's like funny that there are people who are fans of him in Turkey and also around like in diaspora. There's a lot of fucking Fetho fans, but he's just like a random fucking CIA guy basically. Bu amcıklar konuşmalarından tanıyorum artık. Aynen. It's funny because like I'm in a unique position. I'm in a unique position because like I obviously am not a fan of the Erdogan government, right? But I also fucking despise Fethullah Gülen, and dare I say even more than I despise the Erdogan government, because not only are they both like fundamentalists, but one was also a fundamentalist working directly with the American State Department versus like one is like directly in the pocket of the CIA, whereas the other one, at least like every now and then, will have, you know, will demonstrate some level of fucking autonomy, you know. But overall, it's like, it's really interesting to think about because like Turkey, despite being a NATO country, has still kind of had their own like they've still had their own like fundy movements, I guess, like grow in prominence, and America played a big role in that. And the analysis from the American State Department at the time, and I'll get to Fethullah Gülen extensively later, but I guess like the one thing I will say is that, you know how the Western world like really beefed up the Wahhabists in the region and the Salafists, and they were like, oh yeah, these are going to be like our counterbalance to like secular pan-Arabic nationalist movements that sometimes were like social democrat or like socialist adjacent. Like, we can't have that. This is a resource-rich region. We can't have them align with the USSR. That would be devastating for the global economy from the perspective of the Western world. So they basically propped up those like Salafists and shit. And then America turned around and were like, uh-oh, these guys are actually kind of crazy. And now they're actually killing our people. I don't like that. What's a better way that we can promote Islamist thought, but in a more moderate fashion? And I'm not saying that Fethullah Gülen was more moderate. I'm saying that America perceived him as the more moderate counterbalance, because there has to always be a fucking, they always have to have one guy. Well, not just one guy, many guys, but there always has to be someone that they're propping up. And that was their guy. They saw, the American State Department saw Fethullah Gülen as a more moderate version of like Islamist fundamentalism that could be controlled, because Fethullah Gülen was living in the fucking Poconos, right? And basically, there are still a network of schools, Turkish schools, both in all around Africa, the African continent, all around the United States of America, all around the world, that are all Fethullah Gülen schools. A lot of the Turkish schools that you see outside of Turkey are Fethullah Gülen schools. There's a lot of Fethullah Gülen schools in Turkey. Enes Kanter went to one, Samanyolu. I know this because he used to play basketball for Samanyolu and in Ankara when I was at Tel Ankara College. So anyway, it's a very long, convoluted, you know, complicated situation to explain. But that's what it is. And fuck Fethullah Gülen, for the record. The TV show Samanyolu, I believe the TV channel is also owned by Fethullah Gülen. Now, Recep Tayyip Erdogan used like for the post-coup, and even before the coup, there was like a lot of there was a lot of polarization between Erdogan and Fethullah Gülen. Basically, Recep Tayyip Erdogan was like, that's the main guy, that's our main terrorist, that's our main enemy. And there was a little bit of fucking reason, like decent reason for him to say that, except he basically used that to go after anyone and everyone that he considered to be an enemy, which is really interesting, because that's why there are still Recep Tayyip Erdogan defenders that sometimes come into my chat and say, you're a fucking FETÖ'cü. You're a Fethullah Gülen defender, which is hilarious. But anyway. Abi Tayyip'ten ve Gülen'e yana asıl problem FETÖ adı altında ucundan kıyısından geçen sadece çalışan... Onu anlatıyorum zaten, evet. Onu da anlattım, evet. While there is like reason for Recep Tayyip Erdogan and the Turkish government to not enjoy or appreciate Fethullah Gülen as a direct parasitic, parallel state that they had propped up, the Erdogan government certainly used that valid reasoning and that valid interest in like targeting Fethullah Gülen and his cronies to basically fucking target everyone, anyone and everyone, including myself. Not the Turkish government targeting me for that reason, but ironically enough, plenty of fucking Recep Tayyip Erdogan defenders come into this chat in Turkish and will claim that I am a Fethullah Gülen supporter, which is hilarious to say, considering that I paint my fucking nails and am pro-trans, pro-gay, all that fun stuff. It would be very weird for people to point to me and say, you must be a fundy. But I guess I get hit on every avenue on that front. A lot of people say that I'm a fundy anyway, from the opposing front, where they say, Hasan, you love Islamist fundamentalists. You love terrorism. You want more terrorism to happen. You are anti-Semitic. So yes, you are also a fundy, which is really interesting.